In this video, I want to talk to you about possible options for recording, and I'm going to start with free, and I'm going to go to some paid options. So
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
there are a couple of recording styles for basic videos. I'm not going to show you how to create action videos because those are really difficult to do. It will require a lot more instruction. But a video where I'm sitting like this and instructing, that's relatively simple to do. So let me explain to you what the options are. First of all, the thing where you see me, just my area of my screen, that's called essentially a talking head video. This particular video, you can see I am a picture inside a picture. That's called picture in picture. And there's also just screencast, only if I was showing you the screen only and I wasn't in the picture. Those are all possible by themselves or together. Now, every computer, PC or Mac, comes with free recording software. On a Mac, it's QuickTime. On a PC, it's something else. I don't know. I'm not a PC user, but there is free software for it. It will give you the ability to record talking head videos, and it's free, or it will give you the ability to record screencasts. If you want this fancy picture-in-picture, which I think at times is overrated, and I think sometimes it's distracting a little bit because the picture can block the screen, then there's software that you have to pay a little bit of money, under $100. On a Mac, it's called ScreenFlow. That's what I'm using to record right now. And on a PC, it's called Camtasia. Some people pronounce it Camtasia. I don't know. And they're all under $100. They're about $100. Every once in a while, there's a sale. You can get it for maybe $70 or $80. But I don't think you necessarily need it. So if you want to do for free, you can perfectly fine film with whatever comes for free on your computer. There are a couple of other filming options. If you want extra HD, what I'm going to show you is, here's the camcorder that I'm using. Actually, it's a webcam. This is the webcam that I'm using to record this right now. You see the quality is pretty good on this. It's really inexpensive. You see here, it's only $54 on Amazon. And it's quite good. The video quality is better than if I used camcorder that I have, or it's better than if I use the built-in video, the built-in camera from the computer. So it's not free, but it's relatively inexpensive. Also, sometimes people use their iPhones to film HD video. I think it's possible. The main problem is that iPhone is sometimes like a rectangle. The screen, the video comes out looking like a rectangle. So there are options to make it look normal, but I don't know how to do that because I actually have never used an iPhone for recording. I know other people do it successfully. So if you want to try that option, that's an option you should explore because it's free and you don't have to buy any recording equipment, and you'll be able to create these talking head videos. The only thing you'll have to do is buy a tripod, and a tripod is for your iPhone to get fixated so it doesn't fall. And essentially, that's only maybe a $20 purchase or a $30 purchase, depending on how sturdy and how high quality you want your tripod to be. Now, you see behind me, I want to talk to you about backgrounds. You can have backgrounds created for you. There are green screens. You can have any color background. You can have green screen. If green screen is good if you're editing, like if you're going to record with the green screen, and if you're going to then hire maybe an editor and they'll do something fancy for you. Or you can buy a designed background with your brand on it or something or your logo on it. Now, here, you see, this is actually just a regular wall. So this is free and it doesn't have to take up extra space in your home. So this is a clear color wall. And as long as you put enough light on it, it can look almost like something like this. So if I click on it, what I want to show you is usually if you zero in on this, you see that it comes with a stand. You see how there's a stand right here, and on the other side there's a little bit of a stand right here. So if you have this in your home, it will take a little bit of space. You can put it next to a wall, but you'll basically, the green screen is a sheet of paper, and it gets hooked on this stand. And so, of course, in the video, the stand is not seen, and only the stuff in the middle here is recorded, and you're in front of that. So it looks like you have a professional. So you'll be able to have a professional style, professional quality background, but it will take up time, space in your home. If you don't want that, if you find a clear wall, or if you find a nice professional setting, maybe a desk with flowers or a vase, it's very nice and pleasant, or a more professional, like with your library of books behind you. Although for my taste, a lot of books create a lot of clutter in the background, so I'm not a huge fan of that. But something clean and professional, you can have it either for free or cheap. This background and stand, usually together, it's about, it can get you, maybe it would be around $50, depending on, you see the total price of all these three things is $59. So that's for the stand and the background sheet, the green screen. So that's the options for the background. Now there's lighting. In my case, at the moment where I'm filming, I don't have a professional lighting system. Essentially, in my home, I just have enough light. You can have enough light coming from the window, but on some days, if it's rainy or if it's dark in the evening, you need either to have an evenly lit area in the area where you're filming by lamps or things like that, or you can buy something like this. Again, it's very bulky for your home, but this is the most professional you can get. A 3-point lighting system. I want to explain to you how this works. Two of the lights one light points to you from this direction, one light points from this direction, but together they cast shadows behind you. So the third light comes from behind you to cancel out those shadows and gives you a texture between you and the background, and it looks really beautiful. The problem is, you can imagine that you need a lot of extra space at home to have these lights, and also you can notice that these lights can be a little bit flimsy because they're very top heavy, and the tripods for them are a little bit not very sturdy, and so they sometimes fall over if you have a dog or kids or anybody, or even like when I've had these at home, I've just knocked them over myself over the years by accident. So this kind of thing can fall. The light bulbs inside these things can break after falling, and at home it's hard to do them. It's hard to have them at home, especially if you have a space constraint. If you don't get these, just make sure that if you have lamps or something, they're not pointed exactly at you. So because that is going to create a weird shadow behind you, and that's going to look weird on camera. You might not notice it at first, but you'll notice it later once you develop an eye for this, and you'll be like, oh my God, that doesn't look good. So as long as there's even lighting or natural lighting, should be okay. Or if you have even lamps that you want to, add to make yourself a little bit lighter, just make sure you also have you position them in a way that cancels out all the shadows, and one side of your face isn't more lit than the other, because that also becomes an issue, and it's often it doesn't make for a pleasant video. So these are essentially all the parts of equipment. The only other thing I'll mention is, from my experience, again, you can have free equipment for recording. It's almost unlimited, from your phone to the software that comes with your computer. But in case you get a camcorder, I just want to give you one pro tip. Just make sure that it comes with an external mic jack or some way to hook up a microphone, because if you don't have a microphone, the camera does come with its own built-in microphone, but the problem is, no matter how faint the camera, when it's working, it makes a sound. It does a little bit of this whenever any electronics are working. It itself working makes a little bit of a sound, and because the microphone is placed right on that camera, if you don't have an external microphone for this camera, the microphone is going to start picking up this, and it's going to be that hiss is going to be on all your videos, and you're going to have to either edit it out or whatever. So better just not have that hiss, and you solve that by having, if you do have a camcorder, having an external microphone jack. Make sure you have an external microphone jack on that camera. Some of the cheap cameras, which are tempting to buy because you don't want to overspend, they often don't have an external mic jack. I run into that issue myself. So these are all the options for free recording and on budget but still quality recording.